Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Route 58 Lover's Leap Pardon Our Dust meeting. We appreciate your interest in the Route 58 Lover's Leap roadway improvement project. This informational presentation has been pre-recorded. Following this presentation, staff will be available to answer any questions. This presentation is also available for future reference on VDOT's project website at www.virginiadot.org/Route 58 Lover's Leap. The team members directly responsible for this project's development and construction are shown on this slide. Most of these team members are here today and will be available following the presentation to answer your questions. If your questions do not get answered today, or you have questions later, you will have the opportunity to contact us by phone or email to have them answered. In this case, we will follow up promptly to ensure you remain fully informed about the project as it is constructed. In 1989, the Virginia General Assembly enacted the U.S. Route 58 Corridor Development Program. The primary purpose of the program is to enhance economic growth potential and to provide an adequate, modern, safe, and efficient highway system along Virginia's southern boundary. Construction improvements along the Route 58 corridor began in the 1990s. For the Lover's Leap section of Route 58, project design was initiated in 1998. Right-of-way acquisition to construct the project commenced in 2000, and approximately two-thirds of the necessary right-of-way and easements were acquired at that time. The Commonwealth of Virginia codified the 1995 Public-Private Transportation Act, or PPTA, that authorized VDOT to procure contracts with private entities to develop transportation facilities when it is more timely, more efficient, or less costly. In 2003, a PPTA agreement was executed between VDOT and Branch Civil Incorporated to expedite the delivery of planned improvements along Route 58. Several Route 58 improvement projects in VDOT's Salem district have been completed under this program and will be shown on the next slide. In the mid-2000s, the Route 58 Corridor Improvement Program experienced funding limitations. As a result, project development on several Route 58 projects was halted. In 2013, the Virginia General Assembly prioritized the Route 58 Lover's Leap segment as the next section to be constructed. The Lover's Leap project will widen 7.4 miles of Route 58 from 2 lanes to 4 lanes over Lover's Leap, including the area where the existing overlook is located. As mentioned on the previous slide, several Route 58 improvement projects in VDOT's Salem district were completed under the PPTA agreement with Branch Civil. The Route 58 segment in Meadows of Dan was completed in May 2006. The Hillsville Bypass was completed in August 2011, and the Tri-County and Laurel Fork segment of Route 58 was completed in October 2016. We will now transition from the historical background of the Route 58 corridor improvements to the specific Route 58 Lover's Leap project that is the focus of this Pardon Our Dust meeting. Referring to the graphic on the right, the Route 58 Lover's Leap project begins approximately 1/4 mile west of the Poor Farmer's Farm store in Vesta. The project continues eastward, over and down Lover's Leap Mountain, ending at the existing 4-lane section of the Route 58 Stewart Bypass. The design-build contract for this project is $300 million. Acquisition of remaining right-of-way to construct the project is currently underway. All affected property owners for the remaining right-of-way have been contacted. Actual construction activities within existing right-of-way will begin in fall 2021, and construction is slated to be complete in late spring 2026. As mentioned previously, the primary purpose of this project is to enhance economic growth potential and to provide an adequate, modern, safe, and efficient highway system along Virginia's southern boundary. Improvements to this 7.4-mile section of Route 58 Lover's Leap include the following: widening to 4 lanes, improving alignments and grades, widening shoulders, improving secondary road connections and private entrances, which will provide greater intersection sight distance, improving the Route 8 intersection, adding turn lanes at all secondary road connections and crossovers, providing a truck brake check area, providing truck escape ramps, and enhancing the existing Lover's Leap overlook, which we will consider more closely on the next slide. The project includes enhancements to the Lover's Leap overlook area. These enhancements include better designation of the area, a safer access to the overlook area, and a greater number of parking spaces. This project is being delivered using the design-build approach. This means that project design and construction are being accomplished by a single team. The design-build method allows construction to proceed while design is being refined. The ultimate benefit of the design-build process is that it helps to get the job done faster since funding is now available. To better understand the nature of the Route 58 Lover's Leap project and the types of roadway improvements that people can expect along this 7.4-mile section of Route 58, the project can be divided into 3 distinct segments. These are shown on the graphic to the right. The project begins with the western segment, shown in green, a central segment, shown in orange, and an eastern segment, shown in dark blue. Once construction begins this fall, construction activities will likely be underway in all 3 segments from fall 2021 through project completion in spring 2026. Next, we will take a closer look at each segment and review the type of improvements planned for each. The western segment of the Route 58 Lover's Leap improvements will include 2 different typical sections. The first typical section is shown on this graphic. It begins approximately 1/4 mile west of the Poor Farmer's Farm store in Vesta and continues to approximately 3/4 mile east of the Lover's Leap overlook. This typical section will provide for 2 lanes of traffic in both the westbound and eastbound directions with a raised grass median. The 18-foot median will enhance safety by separating eastbound and westbound traffic while also providing the width necessary for left turn lanes at secondary road connections and median crossovers. The second typical section for the western segment is shown on this graphic. It begins at the end of the previous typical section, or approximately 3/4 mile east of the Lover's Leap overlook, and extends eastward to approximately 1/4 mile east of the entrance to DeHart Botanical Gardens. This typical section will provide for 2 lanes of traffic in both the westbound and eastbound directions with an 18-foot paved median with a protective concrete barrier in the center. The 18-foot median in this area will similarly enhance safety by separating eastbound and westbound traffic. The typical section for the central segment of the project is shown on this slide. The central segment begins approximately 1/4 mile east of DeHart Botanical Gardens and extends eastward to the bottom of Lover's Leap Mountain at the Route 640 intersection. It is unique in that it involves a wide physical separation of the eastbound and westbound lanes. On the left of this graphic, the existing 2 lanes of Route 58 will become the 2 westbound lanes of Route 58. On the right side of this graphic, 2 new eastbound lanes will be constructed with a significant horizontal separation from the westbound lanes. These 2 new eastbound lanes will descend Lover's Leap Mountain to the west of Greasy Bend Lane and will provide gentler downhill grades. The typical section for the eastern segment is shown on this graphic. It begins at the end of the previous typical section, or at the Route 640 intersection, and extends to the end of the project, tying into the existing Stewart bypass. This typical section has 2 lanes of traffic in both the westbound and eastbound directions and includes a 4-foot paved median that will connect to the existing Stewart bypass. We will now review several aspects of construction that people will notice on and near the Route 58 Lover's Leap project. The first of these is noise impacts. Rock drilling, blasting, and other aspects of the project will cause temporary noisy periods during daytime hours. When drilling and/or blasting is necessary, both directions of Route 58 may be blocked for approximately 15 to 20 minutes at a time. Drivers should expect loud noises and allow extra travel time. Advanced message boards will be used to inform and alert drivers. Periodic lane closures during work hours can affect travel on Route 58. Typical work hours are expected to be Monday through Saturday during daylight hours. Occasional night work is possible. Route 58 may be reduced to 1 lane of traffic at times during construction. Flaggers and/or temporary signals may be used to control traffic. Drivers can expect periodic delays of approximately 5 to 15 minutes. Should they be necessary, temporary signals may be used during construction if Route 58 is reduced to 1 lane for extended periods of time. 1 lane will remain open with traffic in each direction alternating. Drivers should expect possible delays. Another aspect of project construction that can affect daily travel is work zone speed limit reductions. The speed limit is anticipated to be reduced to 45 miles per hour. Message boards will be used at both ends of the project to communicate upcoming traffic changes. Drivers should expect delays due to the lengths of 1-lane work zones. Emergency conditions could arise that necessitate the total closure of Route 58 within the project limits. Therefore, an off-site detour has been identified and will only be used in the event of an unforeseen emergency. The emergency detour plan on this slide shows how commercial vehicles will be rerouted for any complete emergency-based closure of Route 58 between Hillsville and Stewart, including the limits of the Lover's Leap project. If an emergency event requires a total closure of Route 58, local, non-commercial traffic can still use secondary roads around the closure. However, a detour route has been developed primarily for rerouting commercial vehicles, as many roads that could serve as alternative routes are not suitable for trucks and larger vehicles. This detour plan will only be used in the event of an unanticipated emergency. Once construction begins this fall, you can stay informed with project and traffic updates in one of several ways. Visit the project website at www.virginiadot.org Route 58 Lovers Leap, watch for message boards on the project, use the VDOT 511 mobile app, or dial 511. As we near the end of this presentation, we would like to share several ways you can contact the project team to ask questions after today's meeting. First, you can send an email to Route 58 Lovers Leap at branchcivil.com. Second, you can call us at 276-224-2389. And finally, you can visit the dedicated project website at www.virginiadot.org/Route 58 Lovers Leap. Thank you very much for participating in this important Pardon Our Dust meeting. This concludes the presentation, and we are now ready to answer your questions.